Good evening, everybody. I want to do a new video about the ending of Star Trek Discovery, which honestly, to be fully trans transparent, look at look at that word. To be blunt and honest, I was not necessarily a fan of Discovery for a number of reasons. Let me look up transparent here. Transparent of a material article, allowing light to pass through, blah, 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 easy to perceive or detect, having thoughts, feelings, or motives that are easily. Okay. So I'm going to be blunt and honest. I'm going to go look up Star Trek Discovery and just go up to images. Star Trek Discovery. Oh, no, there's no season 6. Discovery season 1. Okay. Let's go back to season 1. And one of the things that really I was not a fan. I want to go to images here. Was a number of things. One, this is a good one. Come on, cooperate, will you? How big is this photo? Oh, there's an Amazon. I don't want Amazon. Let's see. Size, large. La 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 la. Hmm. Open image, new tab. Is that it? It's too small. But I can expand it. There. Yeah, it's a little blurry. But one of the things I did not like about Star Trek Discovery was the whole Black Alert thing. uh, the whole idea of the mycelial network, uh, using the tardigrade monster creature guy, not guy, but creature, to put in the whole um, thing to use a tardigrade for their um, jumping to different parts of the galaxy. Um, that's one. In the original Star Trek, you had red alert, you had yellow alert, and very few times in the history of Trek, now it's 57 years, and very few times in the history of Star Trek was blue alert ever used. Blue alert almost was never used. I think it was used once in TNG. Um, Other than that, blue alert was barely ever used. This black alert thing, I was not really a fan of at all. It's usually when you get a black alert, in hard time, when you get a black alert, there's a bomb somewhere in the building. That's a black alert or a code black. Um, the other thing that really was very controversial was having the main character played by Sonika or Sonequa. I'm not sure if you actually pronounce it Q-U-A there. Sonequa Martin Green, who did actually a very good job. I'm not going to discredit her as an actress, but I will give my take on the her character name. I believe her character name, while it was named after her dad, her character's dad, who died. I believe he was killed by Klingons. Um, before the whole jump into the 30 something 30 something century. And that jump was really because of the Red Angel and all that stuff. That whole story, honestly, was really crazy. And I think that and then the jump into the 32nd century really brought Discovery down in ratings. I think so. I may be incorrect, but um, not only was the name Michael Burnham too masculine, if I can say that, um, it was strange that in the original Star Trek you had Sarek, you had Amanda, and then and by TNG, Sarek had remarried, and the second wife was named Perrin, and she was the second wife and the last wife before Ambassador Sarek died from Bandai syndrome. Uh, in the episode Unification, TNG. Um, but they also had another brother. They had another son, excuse me, Spock's half brother, step brother, and of course his name was Sybok, and he was used in Star Trek um, Five. I think it's Star Trek Five, The Final Frontier, and yeah, with five, and I think we were going to see, we may, excuse me, we may see Sybok in a future season of Strange New Worlds, because I think Sybok was kind of teased um, when Spock, young Spock, played by Ethan Peck, I believe, and who did a tremendous job, by the way, and he's still doing it because Strange New Worlds got a new season, and season three's I read is coming out next year, or they start filming. They start filming next year, I think, somewhere around there. Or it may come out next year. I'm not sure. But anyway, season three, A Strange New Worlds is coming. When Ethan Peck's Spock and Michael Burnham, um, Stanico and Martin Green, when they were united, I think this was season, oh gosh, two, three, can't remember. Anyway, I think they were united for a couple episodes, and they brought back, um, excuse me, brought back the alien species from, oh gosh, what was it? The cage? That was the cage. I think it was the cage with Jeffrey Hunter before William Shatner took over, and I think it was the cage, the cage or the man trap. I think it was the cage. They had, and then the man trap was the second pilot. Um, back in 1966. Um, Cybuck was teased in either Discovery or Strange New World. I think it was Discovery, one of the seasons. But I don't think we ever saw him. He may come in Strange New Worlds season three if they ever get back to Vulcan, because in the last season of Strange New Worlds, Spock and I think her name was Trill were getting married and all that stuff, which fine. Um, so that was cool. Mirror Universe in season 1 with Gabriel Lorca, played by um, Isaacs. He played Malfoy, Lucius Malfoy in Harry Potter. Jason Isaacs. Um, him being a mirror universe version of the of Captain Lorca. What's interesting? It's actually pretty interesting. Um, the Klingons, and this was a big controversy back in season 1, where the Klingons were given a lot more makeup than TNG Klingons, TNG, DS9, and Voyager Klingons. A lot more makeup. The language, the Klingonese, was a lot more pronounced in Discovery, and that was a big thing. That was a huge thing. Very controversial for Star Trek fans when um, the Kuvma came out, and so that was a big thing. And I'm still in season 1 from crying out loud. So let's go to season 1. Get away from images because you guys. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry. Actually, yeah, I'm sorry. Let's go there. That's official companion. But I want to go to Discovery here. I'm on Memory Alpha. Memory Alpha. Hmm. Season 1 and 2. Season title card for season 4. Hmm. I'm not sure which one's better. Not sure which one's better. Okay, season 1. Here we go. The Vulcan Hello, Battle of the Binary Stars. Context is for teens. Chapter 2. So there are 2 chapters. That's interesting. And season 2, Brother. Okay, I think Brother is where Spock comes in by Ethan Peck. Yeah, looks like it. Look at some pictures. Evan Connolly. Not sure who that is. The Hiawatha. I think Spock. When does Spock show up? Discovery season 2. Hmm. Let's see. Okay, so season 2, Christopher Pike comes in. Number 1, Una Chin Riley. Vina and the Keeper. Whoever this guy is. Who's it Vina? Oh, I think she. Oh, okay, yeah. She's Planet. She's from Talos. That's her name. Talos. Talos 4. It was. So Christopher Pike comes in. Anson Mount. Really love Anson Mount. He's doing a great job as Captain Christopher Pike in Strange New Worlds. Great job. Um, let's go to Discovery season 3. And I think during season 2 they bring in Ethan Peck. I think so. Well, there's the poster there. And I think that by then you got Booker coming in. Oh, so, okay. So Christopher Pike and Una Chin Riley, they went off of Discovery in season 3 so they can make Strange New Worlds. Great, great. And then they got David Ayala, Cleveland Booker joins the cast in season 3, and he was in the show for the last two seasons, three seasons, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. All righty then. Another thing that really bothered a lot of people, is his whole relationship with Stamets and Culber, Dr. Culber. And I'm not going to dwell too much on that because everyone knows what that's about. And of course, I'm doing this on the 3rd day of Pride Month. And that's all I'm going to say about it. I don't want to get tagged or flagged or whatever that is. But that was that whole thing, that whole relationship between Stamets and Culber, Wilson Cruz and Anthony Rapp, was a very controversial thing. Star Trek was being inclusive, and a lot of people, Star Trek fans and non-Star Trek fans, um, were probably giving Paramount, Paramount Plus, and yeah, Paramount Pictures, Paramount Plus, Paramount Pictures. I'm sure a lot of people were giving uh, giving Star Trek Discovery a bad rap for that. Another thing I did like was Doug Jones. Doug Jones is probably one of the most well-known character actors. He does a lot of makeup for a lot of movies he's done. Secondary characters, Hellboy, um, the water one, I forget the name, where he played a amphibious life form. I think he did Pan's Labyrinth and a whole bunch of other things. And I really like Doug Jones and his performance as Saru, who's the first Kelpian ever in Star Trek history. First Kelpian uh, Star Trek member of Starfleet. Michelle Yeoh, who was recently honored with I believe she was honored with a Kennedy Center with Joe Biden, President Joe Biden. I think she was very recently. Um, so good for her. Not a big fan of Biden, but that's beside the point. That's a whole another issue. I will say this, even though I was not a fan of the show necessarily because of the whole black alert thing, the masculine name for the main character, who later became captain, through the murder of Philippa Georgiou of the original. Not not. I think she was a captain of Discovery. Let me look her up because I don't think she was captain. Was she captain of Discovery? Captain of another ship. Let's see. She was. Yeah, I think it was the Discovery. Captain of the Discovery. Okay, yeah, okay. She was a captain of the USS Discovery. Okay. I thought it was another ship. All right. All right. So anyway, it was a good show, but it was a very controversial show at the same time. What really brought down the ratings of, in my humble opinion, two things brought down the ratings. One was a big time jump. Two was the whole Red Angel arc. That could have been one part of it. And three, the last few episodes, or actually the whole last fifth season, was about the progenitors. I wonder why they used the story from a TNG episode called Chase. I wonder why they brought the progenitors back. That always confused me as well as other people. But they ended the whole show with the progenitors, and it looked like, for a minute there, it looked like uh, Michael Burnham was going to be a member of the progenitor group, family, like what happened to Wesley Crusher when he became a traveler. I thought the same exact thing was going to happen to Michael Burnham, Sonica's character. Um, Fortunately, that didn't happen. Spoiler alert, she married Cleveland Booker. They have a son who's taking his first command in 32nd century Starfleet. Um, what I did like is that they brought back the Breen, but their uniforms look different, and we finally get to see what the freaking heck the Breen looked like after 20 some odd years. Because the Breen, if you remember all the DS9 Dominion War episodes of DS9, um, you had the Breen, you had the Cardassians, you had. Here's another thing that confused me: a Cardassian uh, Federation uh, president. Really? Another thing, when after the time jump and after the DM and the DME, what they call it, DME, species C, I think they call it also DMA or DMA. They had former governor of Georgia, or former, I think she's a governor, Stacey Abrams, was a Federation president at first, after the time jump, and then they had um, President Krill, the Kardashian, half whatever, president in the last season. So anyhow, those are some of the things that I took away from Discovery. They want to do a Section 31 movie. They might be working on that right now. After the ending of Star Trek Picard, the fans really wanted the story to continue with Star Trek Legacy. We may see that, but maybe not in the very near future. Um, so anyway, that's my takeaway from the ending, the series finale of Star Trek Discovery. Okay, that's what I took away from it. There were some very good moments. I believe the beginning was really good. The peak of their ratings was, in my humble opinion, bringing Ethan Peck in and Anson Mount in before they went to, and Rebecca Romaine into Discovery before they went into Strange New Worlds. I'm a big fan of Strange New Worlds. I really like what Anson Mount is doing. I really like what Ethan Peck is doing. Um, so, guys, from me, keep up the good work, live long and prosper, and I'll see you guys later.